If you've been following Play Fever, you know I'm pretty obsessed with handhelds. The Steamdeck OLED made me fall in love with gaming all over again.
I love you.
The Switch showed the world that hybrid gaming can dominate. I daily run an MSI Claw 8 AI Plus, and suddenly it feels like everyone wants in. Asus, MSI, Lenovo, even Microsoft, they're all making moves, and handheld gaming isn't just alive, it's thriving. So in this video, I want to take a step back. We'll look at how far we come, where we are right now, and why I think handheld gaming is going to define the next 5 to 10 years. The numbers tell the story. Analysts at Omdia expect 2.3 million PC handhelds to sell in 2025, growing to 4.7 million annually by 2029. On the console side, Nintendo Switch 2 smashed records with 3.5 million units sold in its first 4 days after launch in June 2025, making it Nintendo's fastest selling system ever. Put simply, handhelds aren't niche anymore. They've become mainstream. So who's driving this boom? Well, Nintendo still holds the crown with the Switch 2. Same hybrid DNA as the Switch 1, now with record-breaking sales. Valve gave us the Steam Deck, bringing PC gaming to the couch, the train, your backpack, wherever you want. And here's the kicker, it's built to last, because the OLED model scored 9 out of 10 repairability rating from iFixit with official parts available. Asus refined the ROG Ally into the Ally X, bigger battery, better ergonomics, and we know that that one has been pretty successful. MSI arrived with the Claw 8 AI Plus, which I love, running Intel's new Core Ultra chip, a crisp 8-inch 120Hz screen, and up to 32 gigs of RAM. Lenovo went all in with the Legion Go, now we've got the Legion Go 2, a massive 8-inch display, and even a smaller SteamOS based model. And then there's Microsoft with the ROG Xbox Ally X, and they're not only building hardware, but also shipping Handhelds first Xbox UI for Windows, which is going to come out this October with their new machine. And that could unify Xbox and PC handhelds in a way we've never seen before. Add all the boutique players like Ioneo or GPD constantly experimenting, and well, we've got the most diverse handheld market we've ever seen. To really see why this moment matters, let's rewind a decade though, because in 2015 console gaming meant PS4 or Xbox One, both pulling well over 100 watts while gaming. Gaming laptops were heavy, noisy, and barely survived 2 hours unplugged. Portable gaming, well, that was Nintendo 3DS and PlayStation Vita. They were fun, but nowhere near close console quality. Today, a Steam Deck chip runs AAA games at 4 to 15 watts. Devices like the Ally X or the MSI Claw give you gaming laptop performance in something that weighs under a kilogram. In just 10 years, we went from portable equals compromise to portable equals freedom. So why now? What changed? And that's efficiency. Handheld APUs deliver console-class experiences at a fraction of the power. We've got Wi-Fi 6 and 7 making cloud gaming viable, and we've got AI upscaling, smoothing frame rates without brute force. So handhelds aren't just stronger, they actually start to make sense. And here's the thing, handhelds don't just change where we play, they change how we play. On a console, hooked to a TV, gaming feels like an event. On a handheld, it becomes personal, more intimate. It is you, the game, and maybe some headphones, which I highly recommend. And it matches our lifestyles. People play on trains, in bed, on the couch, on the bus, while someone else is watching Netflix. Handhelds fit the crack of our lives. If they keep getting lighter and lasting longer, they'll be as natural to pick up as our phones are, which we have learned to pick up quite a lot in the last decade. Now let's talk about the cost side, because the original Switch in 2017 was estimated at about $257 in parts, a PlayStation 5 roughly $450 at launch, and the new Switch 2 is closer to $400, so handhelds aren't automatically cheaper. they're edging into console territory. And where they shine is efficiency, because a PS5 can pull 150 to 200 watts while gaming. A deck runs under 15. That's a massive difference in energy use. Design definitely plays a huge role on sustainability. Valve's deck OLED is easy to repair. Nintendo Switch 2, well, it scored just 3 out of 10 on repairability. So some brands get it, others don't really. And then we have the elephant in the room, and that's fragmentation. Because if you look at consoles, they last usually 5 to 6 years. PCs are modular, you swap your parts. But handhelds, well, right now we're getting a new model about every year. Leave alone the Steamdeck, but ROG Ally X, MSI Claw 8, Lenovo, they all refresh in under 2 years. It's very exciting, but it's also very tough on consumers because nobody wants to drop hundreds of dollars only to see a new version around the corner. I think it's going to smooth out because it feels like the smartphones felt in 2008. It was very chaotic at first, but then eventually it stabilizes. Probably into, hopefully, a 2 to 3 year rhythm, enough to keep handhelds fresh without burning out players. But what about game development and optimization? And this is really where game development shifts, because right now games are built for PS5 or high-end PCs first, and then they get scaled down. That's why handheld performances can be messy sometimes. But 10 years from now, I think we'll see more handheld-first designs, engines optimized for 15 to 20 watt, maybe a little bit more, games that scale up when docked, not just down when portable, and that could reshape not just performance, but the very kinds of games that we get. So looking ahead to 10 years, and that's, well, quite difficult, what does 2035 look like? If the last decade shrunk a console into our hands, the next could shrink a full gaming PC into something maybe as thin as an iPad. Imagine all-day battery life, seamless 4K or 8K docked play, and AI graphics that make hardware almost invisible. Handhelds won't just be a sidekick, they could become the main way people game. So here's the recap. Handheld sales are rising fast. Every major company is investing, and they match how we live and play today. They're efficient, they're personal, and they're only getting stronger. The future of handheld gaming isn't just bright, it's worth following closely. But now I want to hear from you. Would you give up a living room console for a handheld and a dock? Or maybe have you done already? Drop your thoughts below, because I read them all. And if you want more, go and check out this video on the Steamdeck OLED and how it changed my relationship to gaming. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave us a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel because that really helps. And I hope I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.